Mindset, thoughts, self belief, thoughts become things. Yes, that's what I believe in. So here I am, Parul Malik, welcoming you to another series of celebrating womanhood. So before I start, I just stumbled upon this beautiful wordings, and because I'm from Rampur, I love ye choti moti shero shairi. So इरशाद किया है, खोल दे पंख मेरे कहता है परिंदा, अभी और उड़ान बाकी है, जमी नहीं है मंजिल मेरी, अभी पूरा आसमान बाकी है, लहरों की खामोशी को समुंदर की बेबसी मत समझ ए नादा, लहरों की खामोशी को समंदर की बेबसी मत समझ ए नादा, जितनी गहराई अंदर है बाहर उतना ही तूफान बाकी है. So, in short, what it means is that whatever I am outside right now, double that power is there within me. And I'm so blessed that such beautiful, lovely women inside out have, accepted my invitation and come forward to share their journey and inspire all of us that come what may, life has to go on. So without taking much time, I can see out there and you can see out there a beautiful, lovely smile with a lovely heart. Welcome, Dipika, to this wonderful show of Powerful Me, celebrating womanhood.
Thank you so much, Parul. Completely my pleasure. And yes, women, kudos to women power.
Yes, absolutely. So, as I was sharing with you, Dipika, that this whole purpose behind this whole series is that how can we as women inspire each other, because come what may, so many times there are so many success stories within us that we really don't need anybody from outside to motivate us and guide us. And my journey of last 25 years as a life skill coach also, so many times I feel that my coaches sometimes are always looking outside for that power which is actually within them, right? So this is what the whole this show was all about. So before we start, we love to know more about you, Dipika. And for the viewers, I know this wonderful woman for so many years now, maybe 7 to 8 years, and amazing to see her journey. Really hats off to her, the way she's so composed and she's so so much there. कम वॉट में कुछ भी हो रहा है, जैसे मैंने अभी पढ़ा कि तूफान कितना भी हो, शी हर तूफान इनसाइड इज नॉट शोन ऑन हर फेस. सो दीपिका, टेल अस मोर अबाउट यू एंड इस प्यारी सी स्माइल का राज क्या है, दीपिका? प्लीज टेल अस.
Thank you. First, thank you, Parul, for the opportunity for this conversation. I think, yes, beyond the years of association, having the faith and trust that I would add value definitely means a lot to me. Behind Dipika Trehan, yes, of course, on the face of it, I'm the founder of the Health of Women Forum and of a women leadership development platform, Corporate Diva. Yes, God has been kind. I've been blessed with several recognitions, been, kind of sent on scholarship to Israel by the government of Israel, and applauded in person by Sherry Blair for my work and contribution towards bridging gender gaps. But beyond that, जब आप अंदर की बात कर रहे थे, beyond that is the story of a woman who learned the hard way to fall in love again, this time with herself. And therefore, from that space comes forth the entire concept of contributing my little iota towards creating an impact. And with the belief that's, it's not always a drop in the ocean, but there's definitely an ocean in every drop. So working from that space, doing my little bit towards making a difference, that's Dipika Trehan.
Awesome. Beautiful. So Dipika, tell us a little bit more about you. What do you do basically? And you said about how I've heard a lot about Corporate Diva. So what do you do basically? And what is the mission behind all that, what you do?
So the HOW Forum, which is the How Forum, started off with, corporate well-being and continues to be contributing to organizations in terms of employee well-being. But my heart, my true north, I found when I gave birth to my e-baby, which is Corporate Diva. Corporate Diva today, after close to a decade into existence, is a women's development platform. Today, we kind of address the entire life cycle of a woman professional, right from women graduating out of their MBAs, getting them corporate ready, to emerging women leaders, to senior women leaders segueing into the board and CXO positions, and to returning career women and women entrepreneurs. Corporate Diva is that safe space for their needs in terms of upskilling and support. So that's the work Corporate Diva does. Personally, individually, I'm a huge champion for diversity, equity, and inclusion. I am a board member, advisor in a couple of startups, which are, purpose inclined, which do want to start their entrepreneurship journey on a note of equal leadership. And that chord definitely connects with me, and therefore the contribution towards that. So all headed towards a goal of UNDP Goal 5, which is bridging gender gaps, doing our little best towards bridging gender gaps.
Superb, superb, awesome. And as I listen to you, there's something in me, it says, oh, wow, like Dipika is like, oh, all over, and wow, her life is sorted. And, I can see this confident girl out there, right? But I know it, Dipika, with my own personal experiences, with the experiences of so many people I've worked with, that sometimes we as women who have this awesome strength showing right now, whether on screen or in our persona for that matter, that we are bold and of course beautiful and in love with ourselves. We too also have sometimes these dips or sometimes these doubts that can I, will I, should I, or sometimes the people around us who are really very close to her and with all good intent, I'm not saying anything about them, with all good intent sometimes say something which kind of make us think, okay, can I, things like that. So I just want us to know, is there that Dipika also sometime, or this is what Dipika is all about?
Well, of course, there is that Dipika as well, and I firmly believe that वो जिंदगी भी क्या जिंदगी जो सिर्फ पानी सी बही, right? So it has to be the ups and downs, the going in of waves and the going out of waves. And of course, when you talk about strength, when you talk about Shakti, for a seed to actually show the power of converting into a tree has to show that strength to kind of burst out of that pod. For a butterfly to actually come to life and gain wings has to be cocooned. So there, struggles are a part and parcel of the process.
Right.
Yes, when you're probably out of the struggle, you kind of look back and say, yes, it's a process and I gained strength. Maybe when you're in the process, it's definitely when you kind of start questioning. You question your own existence, you question the value you're adding or not, you question the work that you're doing, you're questioning your capabilities. So many questions arise. But I think strength comes in, and I totally believe in, Parul, what you said in the introduction is that, do not look outwardly for inspiration. I'm often asked that question that, who's your role model? Who inspires you? And trust you me, while I respect a lot of women like Maya Angelou, Cherie Blair, Indira Nui, Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw. But I think when I have to look to inspiration, I look to life. I look to my personal journey of how I have walked in the shoes that were hurting, and only I knew where that pain was. But the important thing was that do not step out of those shoes. Initially, make the bandage, get your treatments done, but eventually the shoe will stop pinching you because you chose not to give up, right? So definitely there is strength that today exuberates, but there has been struggle behind it. Nobody's seen tomorrow. There could be another patch of struggle, but today I can definitely say that even if there's struggle, as long as there is motion, there is movement, everything is, I'm ready to embrace.
Right, very beautifully said, very nice. As you said that, and life is the biggest inspiration, because what works for you might not work for me, and vice versa. So sometimes that's really so true that we start seeing, of course, we have to respect, learn, get motivated by so many people around us, but have to see what works for me and understand where is the pain. And once you know where is this pain coming from, you are the person who can figure out how to solve it, because your life, you're the driver of your life, and nobody else can kind of drive your car of your life towards any other place, right? Amazing, very, very nice, Deepika. So, what I want to say is again, as I say, that this has been your life, and what I understand and gather that you have been an inspiration for yourself, and wherever it was hurting, you could figure out yourself what and how to kind of work on it and come out of it, right? So,
I'm going to just kind of pause you there, Parul.
yeah,
Yes, I probably knew that I was in pain,
yeah,
but I think to figure out where exactly was that pain originating from,
mm-hmm,
I did build an ecosystem of reliable coaches, mentors, and people who
right,
probably had my back in that journey. And I
right,
think if I have to give out one thing from this conversation to your network is that please, please, please prioritize yourself and build that ecosystem of experts, of people who resonate with you, can relate to you, of mentors and coaches who can help you heal and
right,
progress. And healing is not always, that, oh, there's something wrong that's happened.
true,
Healing is that you're just getting ready for the next high in your life. And for
very,
that, if you need to count on an expert, please do not shy away from seeking help. I've sought help so many times.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I've been blessed with a fabulous mentor,
mm-hmm,
and a couple of them.
mm-hmm,
But I think I also gave it out to the universe that
mm-hmm,
I need help, and I
right,
asked for help,
mm.
and therefore built that ecosystem. So building that ecosystem is something which is crucial, critical, and imperative.
Very true, and very, very rightly good that you picked up that point exactly. That so many times we hesitate and we still feel that going to a coach or a counselor means kuch to gadbad hai tabhi jana hai. It's not like that. I mean, as you rightly pointed out also, that I have lots in me, but there are experts out there. So many times just sharing about something, and my challenge to somebody can give me a reflection of where is something missing which I could not see. And the moment that happens, the life is sorted completely, because I'm able to just see everything like a clean glass. And that's what required. So thank you, Dipika, for bringing that out. So what Dipika is saying, that getting into a connection with somebody, creating an ecosystem. It can be your own parents, or can be your own friends, or can be coaches, mentors, guides, friends, whatever, whoever works for you. But I also absolutely second what Dipika said. Please share, please have somebody to talk to. Don't suffer alone, or don't try to figure out and struggle alone, because even if what she said right now, even if all of us who are into businesses, or whatever level of corporate also we all need, and we are students of life, so we all need help sometime. And taking help is not a sign of weakness, but it's a big courageous thing, and one should do that. Awesome, Dipika, thank you so much for that. And before we close, so we'll love to have a few words from you, your mantra or your message about, you said something very beautiful, loving yourself and prioritizing yourself. What do you do, and what's your mantra for, and your message to all these lovely women and men who are watching out there, that how can they really not give up, and what should they do to just hang on there and carry forward?
A special message to, I'll start with the women. I'm a little biased towards my gender, so I'm going to start with women.
Yes.
We often go and buy jewelry, right, which is worth thousands or lakhs or whatever, and come back really happy home with that little tiny piece of jewelry, because we validate it with the value that is given to a gold and a diamond.
Right.
But I think investment in self is the best jewelry that you can invest in. Investing in an ecosystem, investing in someone whom you can lean on is the best investment, because yes, it may not be as prompt as just getting that ring piece of jewelry home, but in the long run, you really look back and say that I do possess a treasure box of jewel. So when you say what is your mantra, I would say that we all need to prioritize ourselves. I think the ladder, the ecosystem, the anchor, whatever you want to term it as, everything starts with you. Everything starts
Yes.
with self. Now,
Absolutely.
there's a thin line between being selfish and being self-centered, and self-awareness and self-caring. I think when we invest in our own selves, understand what our purpose is. We somewhere get an idea of our ikigai. And in the ikigai, when you put yourself top on priority, is what you will develop as a mantra. That and it holds true for everything, even it being an entrepreneur, irrespective of gender. When you're venturing out, when you're putting a product out for people to consume, first ask yourself, will I consume it and be satisfied with the product that I'm putting out there? Is it something that I would, offer it to my individual ecosystem to consume, right?
Right.
And if the answer within is yes, it means you're on the right track, and then you take things forward. So I think self is where you've got to ground yourself. And from that stems out huge power of authenticity, huge power of owning yourself,
Right.
huge power of just making things happen for you, and therefore giving it out to the universe. So definitely invest in self, prioritize self, and please, once again, I would say, do build an ecosystem of people who are experts in enabling you, segue through the ups and downs of life. There is
Awesome.
no shame in it.
Awesome, awesome. So nice. So thank you so much, Dipika, for being on this show and inspiring all of us out here. And as I believe that you are doing a fantabulous job and so many lives you've already touched upon, and that small little thing which different forums you're doing anyway, and the awards you are getting and recognitions you are getting, I'm sure is not because of what others are seeing in you, but absolutely what you are seeing in yourself, and you are going on and on with that pumping energy. So thank you so much for being on the show, Dipika. Thanks a lot.
Completely my pleasure, Parul. Thank you for the opportunity.
Awesome. So before I close, क्या करूँ दीपिका को देख के so many एकदम शायरी के बाद शायरी याद आ रही है. So I am just saying to sum up what she is saying is something like खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से ये पूछे बता तेरी रजा क्या है. So those who don't understand this little bit deep, the whole idea is that you should have that self belief in you and make yourself that strong that even God asks you that, tell me, what should I give you or what should I write for you, because that's what you attract. So universe, being the best buddy of yours, building a awesome ecosystem and loving yourself for what you are is what message is coming from Dipika Trehan. Thank you so much. We'll be keep coming back with such lovely, beautiful, women who are really, really doing a lot. But more than that, I'm focusing on how they keep up their self-esteem and self-worth and do not allow other people to drive their life. They learn from others, but their inspiration is right in the mirror when they look at themselves. So thank you so much. We'll be back soon. Thank you, Dipika, for being here today. Thank you.